Hey friends, so has anyone ever asked you if your Cricut was worth the investment? Especially like a spouse? Have they asked you if it was worth the money that you put into that machine? That's what we're going to talk about today. And if you are new here, you are crafting with Kim Byers. Let's get into it. So there are three types of people typically that purchase a Cricut. You have the person who just loves to craft. They want to personalize all the things, make all the things. They use it for a hobby, therapy, right? That's the first person that purchases a Cricut. The second person that purchases a Cricut is probably someone that has a big life event. So maybe a wedding or a new baby, or you just purchased your first home, whatever that or in my case, my very first Cricut was for birthday parties. Like my kids were tiny and I wanted to make all the beautiful birthday parties for them. And so that is when I got my very first Cricut. It was so much fun. The third person is someone who is on a side hustle. They are using the Cricut to actually make money for their family. Okay, so a quick pause. Pop down in the comments and let me know if I was right. Was it one of those three reasons that you purchased your Cricut, or was there a completely other reason? Okay, so let's get back into it. And that third one is much easier to quantify. So you're going to be able to say, this is how much I made, this is how much I invested, and you're going to be able to, match those two up. For the life events, you could look and definitely say, I saved this much on personalization. I enjoyed, making this wonderful thing. So a little bit more quantifiable. When you get down to the crafting, just for the love of crafting, that one gets a little tougher. So we're gonna run a little experiment today. So I decorate my home from beginning to end for the summer in Americana decor. So everything is red, white, and blue. I love to host, and so for Memorial Day to 4th of July to Labor Day, my home has tons of American flags and all the red, white, and blue things. And so this year I want to up my decor a little bit, because for the very first time I'm hosting my entire family here for the 4th of July. And if you ever craft with me, you may very well know that my family is huge. I have tons of family. I mean, just if you're looking at my brother and his family and my parents and my in-laws and those, I mean, we're talking 30 people easy. You start adding in cousins and all the things, and it can get very big around here. So I want to create some new things for all of my home decor, and I thought this would be a great time for us to pop into some of my favorite shops, see what's out there, see what's on the shelves, see what they're selling, and look at those price tags. And we are going to see if we can make them for cheaper. So the first up is this galvanized Americana tray. This one we could put together in a hot second and it would be amazing. It's $59.50 on the website, and I will break it down for you, but we could do this for, oh gosh, 10. Actually, you know what? It would probably cost us 14. We could do this for $14, including the tray. Yes, we could. Okay, so we'll do that one in a minute. We're gonna do that one because I really want that one. Okay, and so next up, this is actually not necessarily a Cricut thing, although we could embellish this with lettering, and we may do this. I have these stars. I got them for $3 and they would just require a little bit of paint. Now this is a set of 3 and they're $99. Like, who would pay $99? Now granted, these may be something special. I'd have to look back into the actual website to see, but $99, no thank you. We can make those for 5, 6 tops, because I can get the paint for 99 cents. And then you could take your Cricut and you could embellish them and put like something like God Bless America. Something with three words, God Bless America, there you go. And that makes it even better than the $99 ones that are on this website. Now these are a little bit trickier. So these are flagstone mugs. Now we're going to use Cricut mugs and the stackable Cricut mugs, and they are going to work phenomenally for this. Now these are kind of a fluted top to them, and we're not going to be able to get that, and it's not going to be stoneware, not in the way that they're calling it stoneware. I mean, I don't know, but they want $15 for one mug. Yeah, we're going to make that significantly cheaper. And then this is something we could easily make these all day long. Land of the free. Home of the Brave. We could put all the patriotic things on them, and then you could get these shapes simply in Cricut Design Space. As a matter of fact, I would say we would be able to make it even much cuter than this. And then with the printable iron-on, you're going to be able to actually get the pattern with that too. And so they want $40 for this. You can get that if you buy it while it's on sale. The frame for this, you're going to be able to get that at Hobby Lobby 40% off, most likely somewhere around $6. And then be able to use your Cricut to make these. You can make one for yourself and for everybody else in your family for the price that they want for this online. But then here's back to the stoneware. So I bought plates at the Dollar Tree. Don't knock it. Bought plates at the Dollar Tree for $1. Now it's $1.25. But these plates at the Dollar Tree, and to be able to put permanent vinyl on them. Okay, so make sure it's permanent vinyl. So I want to show you guys this. This is permanent. I'll put this video up above. This is permanent vinyl. I'll get a better shot of it when we do a top down. And then this is, you can't see it very well this way, but this is DTV. I'll put both of those in the video. Both of those can be washed. They have been washed multiple times in the dishwasher, and I have the sanitary function because we have a dairy allergy in the house, and they both still look amazing. Both still look amazing. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yes, more stoneware. Is this not absolutely gorgeous? I love this. And you see that? The American flag on these. You could absolutely do that with Cricut Infusible ink. Is that not so stinking cute? Yep, there's another shot of that. And then I couldn't handle it. This table is just so beautiful. Now I'm gonna have like 30 people here, so I'm not gonna be able to do like the flatware like for everyone. Well, maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do yet. But candidly, if you could get the plate for $1.25 and then you put that on there, I mean, even at 30 people, you're still looking at less than $50 to make that much flatware. Yeah, I think I'll probably just do it on platters and things like that to accessorize, and then use like a nice thick white disposable plate, just because it could get to be too much. But absolutely gorgeous if you were just creating stuff for your very small family, you know, of 4, 6, or 8, you would be able to do this in a heartbeat. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and top down and check this out on the craft table, and let's talk about what we're gonna make. So these are the stackable mugs that we're going to be using for our little Americana, super cute American flag mugs. And then these are the stars that I was telling you, $3. You could use paint and paint each one of them, and then God bless America. This would be absolutely darling. See, $3. And then this is the tray. So this tray was $12. And so I really think that $14, $15, you could make this tray. And that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to be using premium vinyl. So we're going to use tomato red, we're going to use medium blue, and we're going to use white, and then I have a transfer tape. And the really cool thing is because we're using vinyl and transfer tape, you don't even have to have a mug press for these. And as I was telling you before, these are the mugs I was telling you about before. This mug has been washed more than 50 times in my dishwasher, and this is premium vinyl. And again, I'll put that video up above. And then this is the DTV printed perfect pattern. Look at that. These are Cricut mugs, even the same brand of mug. And this has been washed in the dishwasher many, many times, probably 10 to 15 times, and it still looks beautiful. You see that? Perfect. Okay, oh, and this is the other thing. So these are the canvas that you can get and make those darling signs out of. Now, I don't know the poly blend on this, so I wouldn't maybe do infusible ink, but this is perfect for iron-on. These would be absolutely beautiful for all types of signs. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this out of the way. We're gonna pop into Cricut Design Space for just a really short, quick minute, and I wanna tell you or show you which American flags that I would be using and how I would make the shapes if I wanted to do the shapes like we're going to do on the tray, and then we'll pop right back into the craft table and we will whip these up. Here we are in Cricut Design Space, and although we're not doing anything big to the design, we're literally choosing images from Cricut Design Space, I wanted to show you why I chose this particular flag, which I will put in the description below so you guys can find this exact same one. So I brought in my American flag. There were tons to choose from. If you go to the drop down, you will see that there are 2 basic cuts here. So I'm going to actually be able to pick up both of these elements at the same time with my transfer tape and apply them at the same time so that I have a much better chance of everything being straight. So I love the fact that the blue does not overlap the red. And if you notice between, do you see that there is no white? Your mug is white, so you don't actually need white for this project. Now we'll use the white on the tray, but you're not going to need it for your mugs, so it's that much easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop over to what we're doing to the tray. Super simple, and the way that I made this, I didn't go into images and search for something. I just went into shapes and I chose a square and then I unlocked it. Right here, you can unlock in the size, and I measured out my tray and then what I thought I wanted each stripe to be. And so I ended up going with a 1.5 by 17.75. Yes, it's super long for the tray to go end to end. Now, you could do this a couple of different ways. If you don't have a mat that long, you could break it up into 2 pieces and cut each one and then just, attach them at the center. Or you could put some sort of embellishment in the middle. You could put a monogram, you could put another American flag or something to sort of break up the center of that and even elevate that design even more. So you could do that a couple of ways. Or you could actually even take a rotary cutter and cut this out with a straight edge. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop back over to the craft table and put these together. Okay, so we are going to start with the blue. Just really quickly, I want to tell you something about your packaging. If you get your vinyl in something like this, there is a little dot, you see it there at the bottom. Just make sure that it's popped out, because if it's not, it's going to be difficult to get your vinyl out. There's some suction in there. I actually bent my vinyl, yippee, right? So I'm going to cut past that, but I bent my vinyl trying to get it out because it didn't have the little dot popped out of the bottom. My red one does, however, see? Okay, so we are actually going to use the very large mat because I have it and it's just easier for me to apply it all at one time. And I am using the Explore 3 today. So just a little FYI, there are tons of packages for these machines. So if you don't own one already, make sure you check out the bundles. It's really definitely the more economical way to get a machine and get all the little fun things to get started with your crafting. Okay, so now that we have everything cut out, next thing we want to do is move our machine out of the way and we want to weed out our projects. I think we'll do the tray first and then we'll do our mugs. Okay, so to start out, I put a piece of fabric underneath my tray so that it wouldn't damage my glass craft mat. I love this mat and I don't want anything to happen to it. So I'm going to, instead of using transfer tape for this, because these are just literally, rectangles, I'm going to use a ruler and we're going to put down the center color first. So red, white, blue. So we're gonna put down the white and then we'll put our blue and our red on either side. And it's really that easy for this. Now, if you had decided to go half of a cut and then put an American flag in the middle and the rest of the cut, I think that would have been absolutely darling. But because I had the big mat, I just went ahead and did the whole thing. So here we go. Okay, can I tell you guys that I am really excited about this? I think it may be showing up a little bit pink on the camera, but I'm promising you this is beautifully red, white, and blue. Now, if you look in this one corner, you see that there's a tiny bit of extra. And actually, if you compare it to the image that I showed earlier, it actually had some I don't know if they used vinyl or paint or whatever, but they had some of this as well. And so what I'm going to do is just take a straight edge and I'm just going to trim off those very slightly and pull those off, and then it's going to be perfect. Candidly though, you could leave it there. I mean, this is handmade. Well, not the not the metal, but you know what I'm saying. It's handmade. And so perfection is overrated. So we're just going to trim that off and then we're gonna move on to our mugs. Okay, so next up are our stackable mugs. And so I love that they come in these great little gift boxes. So like if you wanted to gift these, I'm not gifting these, I'm keeping these. But if you wanted to gift them, they come in a darling little box that you could wrap up and make oh so cute. Okay, so now we have our mugs. And if you ever sublimate with me or do infusible ink with me, I always clean my mugs before I apply any ink to that, but I would say that's the same is true for vinyl. So we're just gonna clean these with a little bit of alcohol and let them dry. And we are going to, since my stand is so large, I'm going to go ahead and pop out 2 of those. And then we will weed our vinyl, and I will show you how to use transfer tape and put these on. Okay, so this is just a smidge of alcohol, and so I'm just going to spray my mug and clean that up. And it's just gonna make sure that I get any dust or anything like that from my packaging off of my mug, so that it, you know, I want a good firm adhesion since this is permanent. Like if I never wanna take this design off of this mug, as I showed you before, it will stay. It will stay forever and ever. But you can remove it. I mean, it says literally, I think 3 years, but I mean, I guess depends on how often you wash it. I've washed mine in the dishwasher a gazillion times and it hasn't moved. Okay, so then I'm gonna clean this one and we are gonna weed. Just wanna make sure that everything, there we go. Make sure that stays on. Okay, so ta-da. So the red is really simple. Now, when you get to the blue, like, look at all those tiny little stars, right? So here's what you do. I'm gonna peel it up. We're gonna kind of crack it as we go. We wanna leave those tiny little stars behind. Ta-da! And if you have any left, like we do have one here, you can take this little weeding tool, pop it out, make sure that you get it off on the back as well. And then I kind of do like a taco thing where I put the center down first. And then you can use your brayer. So excited. These are so stinking cute. And I could have made them smaller. I know the ones online were a little bit smaller, but I like to be able to see my design a little bit better. So then you just peel from a corner slowly. And if it comes up like that, not a big deal. Just use your brayer or a scraping tool of some sort. Put some pressure on it and then start again. There we go. So beautiful. Seriously, guys, tell me that is not gorgeous and simple and worth every penny. Okay, so there you have it. What do you guys think? They turned out really, really good. The tray, the mugs, and this is just the beginning. You could make beautiful everything with your Cricut and personalize it all along the way. So I hope the next time somebody asks you if your Cricut is worth it, you say a hands down, absolutely. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you were inspired to use your Cricut and to make all the beautiful things and to be able to answer that question the next time somebody asks you if your Cricut is worth it. And I would love for you to stick around with me, and in this next video, we will craft more Americana. I'll see you there.